We spent over 7 figures on Facebook ads this year, and here is by far the top strategy we use to scale e-commerce store past 7 figures. This is your ultimate 2025 ad scaling blueprint to scale your e-commerce store, focused purely on the media buying side. Stick around till the end of this video to figure out how we set up these campaigns in 2025. The goal of this video is very simple. It's to give you a clear, actionable insight for setting up your Facebook ad campaigns in 2025 for your e-commerce store. By the end of this video, you will understand how to target cold traffic using top-of-funnel campaigns, re-engage warm visitors, and increase sales with high converting strategies. So, without further ado, let's dive into the top-of-funnel phase.
So, Adam, thanks for the intro. We're going to start with the e-commerce strategy for ads right now. So, we've tried a lot of strategies. We've done the ones that work, the ones that don't work, and every single strategy in between. And we came up with this final strategy. It's a mix of two main strategies that are in the space right now. And this is literally one of the best strategies you can apply for e-commerce. I'm going to start with the usual. I'm sure every e-commerce store owners knows what top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel is. And I'm going to go step by step. How do we create these funnels? How do we create these strategies? So first of all, we start with the prospecting phase, which is the top of funnel, which is targeting cold audiences. We're targeting new potential customers. This is the top of funnel campaign. Let me edit it for you so you can actually know what we do. So it's the top of funnel campaign. It is a CBO campaign. So campaign budget optimization, and that's it. Literally, it's like on the campaign level, you just name the creative, you name the campaign, I mean, and you hit the campaign budget optimization. That's it. The budget is based on scaling. So you don't start with 100 euros per day, of course. You start with 20 to 30 euros and you scale according to results. Now, inside this campaign, you have 3 ad sets. The first ad set, it is lookalike web visitors last 180 days. So it's the lookalike web visitors last 180 days, and you choose 10%. So the 10% lookalike of all the web visitors last 180 days. Okay, so basically, this is the top funnel campaign. Inside this campaign, you have 3 different ad sets. Again, it's So this is the top funnel campaign. This is the top funnel campaign, and inside this campaign, you have 3 different ad sets. Each ad set is targeting a specific audience, and all these audiences are cold audiences. No warm audience, cold audience. Now, the first ad set would be targeting lookalike the country, for example, Lebanon. Lookalike Lebanon, 10%. All right, it's 10% lookalike audience. All website visitors last 180 days. So once you're creating this audience, you choose the source. The source will be all website visitors last 180 days, and you create a lookalike audience that's 10% to that source. And you exclude all website visitors last 60 days. So it's all the people who visited the website last 180 days minus all the people who visited the website last 60 days. Those people might have bought, might have added to cart and didn't buy, might have just visited and left the website. They might, if they bought, they can buy again. If they didn't buy, they can buy. And if they just visited the website, then you can retarget them as well through this cold audience target. Now, second ad set would be lookalike 10% website purchases last 180 days. You might ask yourself, but Sinan, like this audience literally is part of the audience we just mentioned above. Yes and no. Why? In the audience that I just discussed a moment ago, it's a lookalike for the people who visited the website. They have certain characteristics that made them visit the website, but that won't make them buy. So here we're literally targeting lookalike to the people who actually purchased. Those characteristics are different than the characteristics who visited the website because they purchased. So this would also get us results. We also remove the all web visitors last 60 days. And the third ad set would be abroad, literally nothing. Just country, age, gender. That's it. Country, age, gender. Nothing. You don't touch a single thing. And these are the three ad sets. Now, of course, regarding the placements, it's always manual placements. You turn off audience network, you turn off messenger, you choose video feeds, marketplace, profile feed, Instagram feed, profile feed, Facebook, and Facebook feed. You remove Instagram Explore, etc. You remove the stories. All you care about is, by the way, stories should be included. All you care about is Instagram stories, Facebook stories, Instagram Reels, Instagram profile Reels, and Facebook Reels. Now, this is the prospecting phase. Top of funnel, we target 3 different audiences. I'm going to show you results in a moment. This campaign, I chose maximum. So this campaign, it went on for around 2 months. We spent on the top of funnel campaign around 9,500 euros on this campaign. On all the assets. Again, it's a CBO, which means Facebook would spend more money on the winning asset. In this case, nearly all were winning. Nearly all were winning.
Campaign budget optimization. Okay.
Yeah. So they had very similar cost per acquisition, and they had a similar amount spent by Facebook, which means they were all winning in the same way. Now, it got us 791 purchases. We spent 9K, 9.5K, 791 purchases at $12.15 euros per action. Now, you should expect, it's very normal that the top funnel campaign has a higher cost per acquisition. Why is that? It's because we're targeting cold audiences. This is very normal. It's really normal. We got from that 24,000 euros, which is 2.57 ROAS on average. Again, it's normal. Your aim with a top funnel campaign is not to make money, it's to break even and get people into the funnel. The aim is not to make money, the aim is to get people into the funnel. If you make money, then you made money. If you didn't make money, then it's okay.
Right. So quick disclaimer here. Many clients watching this use high ROAS or triple rate for tracking. So this number might not be accurate in the ads manager, maybe a little bit lower, maybe a little bit higher. But we're just, considering what it is, So yeah.
Exactly. Now, moving into the CTR, again, I chose the day to be maximum, which means it's the good results and the last results. The CTR with time goes down if the creatives haven't changed, and these creatives in specific haven't been changed yet. So the CTR is right now, as of this moment, bad. It should be at least 1%. You have the CTR, and just for your information, with this CTR they got those results. Imagine with like 2x CTR or 3x CTR, what would happen? So this is the top funnel campaign. So this middle of funnel campaign, again, you name the campaign. It's an ABO, so you turn off campaign budget optimization. And you also have 3 different ad sets in this campaign. The first ad set would be, I'm going to click on the first ad set. The first ad set would be targeting all website visitors in the last 7 days without all the add to carts and all the checkouts. So all the people who visited but didn't buy. One quick tip, if you place here the add to carts and the purchases, some people might have initiated checkout and didn't purchase without actually adding to cart, and you would lose them. If you just include purchases, a lot of people might have added to cart and checked out but didn't purchase, and that would cause you to also lose them. So the best way to do it is to add to cart and checkout. That would include all the people who added to cart, who checked out and purchased. So all website visitors last 7 days minus these 2 audiences. The aim here is what? The aim here is to re-engage. So first phase was prospecting phase. Second phase is re-engagement phase. The aim here is to re-engage the audience that went into the website, that was interested enough to go and check the website, but didn't take action. So if 30,000 people entered your website and 1,000 added to cart, you have 29,000 interested people that didn't buy. They should buy. So that's how you make them buy. Again, why did I say previously that the objective of the top funnel or the prospecting campaign is to get people into the funnel, not buy? I want people interested to actually go and watch my middle of funnel creatives. I don't just want them to buy on the top of funnel. If they did, that's awesome. If they didn't, I would take them here. So the top of funnel is made to get a lot of people in for us to actually sell them on the first, second, or third stage. That's the first ad set. The second ad set would be, all the website visitors in the last 14 days minus all the website visitors in the last 7 days. Why would I do such a thing, you may ask? I want to dissect my target audience in the middle of funnel into three different audiences. The first audience would be all the people who visited my website and didn't buy in the last 7 days. The second audience would be all the people who visited my website and didn't buy in the, all right, so the last 14 days, you have the last 7 days and the 7 days before. I targeted the last 7 days in the first ad set. I just explained that. I want to target the 7 days before in the second ad set. I also target them in a way, last 14 days minus last 7 days. So I get the 7 days before, minus or excluding the add to carts in the last 14 days and the checkouts in the last 14 days. So it's literally, and the third ad set would be, I'm going to explain that in a moment. The third ad set would be all the website visitors in the last 30 days, excluding all the add to carts and the checkouts in the last 30 days and all the website visitors in the last 14 days. What do we create when we do this? We actually dissect the audience, which is all the website visitors in the last 30 days that didn't buy, into three parts. Into the last 7 days, the last 14 days excluding the last 7 days, and the last 30 days excluding the last 14 days. You have three different audiences. Why do we do that? We want them to watch different creatives at every part of their journey. Once they are in the last 7 days phase, I want them to watch creatives about medical. For example, let's say it's a medical, let's say it's a coffee, all right? It's coffee. So I would want them to watch something related to doctors, to nurses using it, to dietitians, so health related or scientific. That's the first 7 days. If they didn't buy using scientific evidence, I would want them in the last 14 days minus 7 days, I would want them to watch maybe UGC, testimonials, reviews, so trust. If they didn't buy based on trust, I might make them watch in the third and final part of their journey, the features, or how do we actually solve the problem, or a detailed explanation of the product or the service. So this is how we actually dissect them into three audiences. We make them watch different creatives so they don't watch the same creative again and again, and they always keep on watching fresh, new middle of funnel creatives.
Right. So the question here is like there's creatives for every section, right? Like creatives for top funnel, the creatives for this specific ad set, right? Like
Yeah,
do the creatives vary a lot?
Yeah, they do vary. So there are creatives for top of funnel creatives are the same creatives. So in top of funnel, you have three ad sets. All the creatives are used in the same, all the ad sets have the same creatives. So just duplicate of creatives. In the middle of funnel, however, each ad set has separate creatives. So ad set number one has three different creatives. Ad set number two has three other different creatives. Ad set number three has three other different creatives, at least.
Understood. So just a quick summary. What's the type of creatives you're aiming for this section here? Like what is the type? Like is it I don't know, you're like the way we wrote the iStock a hook, or is it like directly going to a point, or what is it specifically going?
Let me tell you. So in the top funnel, my aim is to what? It's the target audience is cold audience. So my aim is to grab their attention, the people who know nothing about me or know little about me, to grab their attention and get them into my funnel. How do we do that? We use hooks that grab the general population's attention and get them into my funnel. It might be a hook related to football, for example. It might be a hook related to some type of event that was controversial that happened in the country. So you use hooks that are the bridge between general population and the specific niche you're in. You don't just start with your specific niche. You should build that bridge using hooks that are relevant and relatable to the general population in the top of funnel.
Because they know nothing about your product.
One is because they know nothing about your product. Two is because they might not care. For them to care, you should show them why they should care. For example, let me give you an example. Let's say the general population are all football players and you're selling coffee. You might say, for example, as a hook, do you know that Ronaldo drinks this coffee? Lie, fact, I don't care. It's just a hook that would make those people go into your funnel.
Wow, okay. So basically the type of content for the top funnel is just building interest, kind of like building interest in the product and kind of hooking them to that sort of interest
or a desire or a deep desire or something familiar they've known. And then the middle funnel is like
I will say
fast.
right in a second. Yeah, I would add one thing. Top funnel is also made to sell. Like I know I just said I want them to get into my funnel, but it doesn't mean I don't create the creative in a way that it sells. I want them to buy, but my aim is to get them into the funnel. That's a very important um, um, aspect you need to understand. Now, regarding the middle of funnel. So top funnel gets them into the funnel. Middle of funnel is responsible for convincing the person who watches those ads to buy. So top funnel like made them become aware of the product or the service. Middle of funnel makes them convinced that this product is for them. For example, they know about the product. They went to the website, they read the details of the product, but they didn't buy. So I want to convince them and sell them the product. I might show them reviews, testimonials, UGC. I might show them. So these are similar ones. I might show them scientific evidence, articles, professionals talking about the product. I might show them like insane features or specific details about the product, why it actually benefits their health, and go into the product. So there are multiple ways to actually create a middle of funnel creatives, and this is the aim. So this is how you create them. So I'm going to give you an example. Let's say they bought, again, they know about the product. I want to link that to the creative. So you might start with mushi. Oh, so you might start with, let's say it's Horizon Coffee. Horizon Coffee gives you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's features. I'm a doctor talking about Horizon Coffee. Horizon Coffee has helped 10,000 patients of mine, for example. Reviews,
Okay.
people reviewing Horizon Coffee. UGC, people actually trying and giving feedback on Horizon Coffee. So
So
yeah, yeah.
it's an informal graphic ad. Like it's just like the features and the benefits, but in different ways. For example, backed by proof, backed by scientists, backed by research, features and benefits. Kind of like this is the way you would want to do it, right? It's like I don't know if I explained it right, but it's more like features and benefits directly.
Yeah, so basically, okay, all right. So they know about the product. They know a bit about the details of the product.
Right,
They've visited the website. Like they did everything they needed to do, but they didn't buy. So there's something missing. There is something missing that
right,
would make them buy. And I'm gonna
right.
show you the results in a moment.
All right, okay. Perfect, awesome.
So yeah, so this is the middle of funnel. This is the target audience. And again, so the middle of funnel is general. All we care about is the target audience we create. Moving on to the bottom of funnel. And by the way, the middle of funnel, just for you to know, we've spent on it 5.2 thousand euros and we made, where is the ROAS? Yeah. Oh, no. We spent, wait a second. So we spent on this 2.2 thousand euros and we made 5.2 thousand euros. 2.38 average ROAS. Cost per purchase is 13 euros on average. And as you can see, the people who visited the website in the last 7 days are the ones who are most engaged, are the ones who are warm, and are the ones who buy the most. This is why the CPA is the lowest
All
here.
right. Let, Perfect. Let me drop something. By the way, this product store is a subscription based, so it doesn't matter if they bring a client higher than a CPA, but it should be within the lifetime value. For example, if they bought a cost per acquisition of $30 and they subscribe once for $30, if they subscribe 12 months, they just spent $30 for 12 months. So this is like works for like this specifically is a subscription-based product. So those results are bringing on the front end, right? But we're not taking the accountability of the results that the customers subscribe to. So there's a lot of money in the background too, out of those. That's just the front end.
Yeah, so let me add to that, by the way. So basically, if I pay $50 to acquire a customer, that customer on the back end, on the customer service end, on the sales end, on that end, would make me at least $150 to $200 in subscriptions for the next 6 months, for example. If the average lifetime value of the customer is 6 months, in this case, it's a subscription-based model, which means if I pay $50 to acquire a customer, On the customer service or the sales end, I can generate at least $200 to $300 in subscriptions for the next 6 months. So all I care about is getting the customer in this case. So this funnel serves that business insanely well. Let me add to that again. I'm going to go into the bottom of funnel and explain. So bottom
Right.
of funnel, you can do it in two ways. For this client, we did it in this way. I prefer to do it in one way, which is one ad set. That ad set would be all the people who added to cart, who checked out in the last 14 days, but did not buy. So all the people who added to cart, checked out, and excluding purchases. In this case,
Laser,
in this
laser targeted.
case, exactly. So in this case, the client wanted to add to, like excluding the last 7 days and the last 7 days of checkout. However, you can just like literally this audience in specific won't be that big. It might be a few thousand people. If you can rip through a few thousand people with $10, with $15. So you don't need to actually dissect it. You just need to have it add to carts, checkouts last 14 days, excluding purchases, and that's how you target them with offers. So after the middle of funnel, the only reason a person might have not bought yet is probably price or product. If it's product, then they're not gonna buy. If it's price, you give them an offer and they buy. You just acquired a new customer.
By the way, guys, we do have a section in the video that's releasing after this, the vault, which is the $1 million e-com offers you can have. So this is perfect for bottom of funnel where you can insert literally irresistible offers. For example, buy one, get one free. Here's a 70% discount coupon code. Here's a bundle, buy one, get one. So yeah, those can work perfectly in this section here.
Amazing, amazing, man. So if we go back and look at this whole funnel, and by the way, there's something you need to also know and understand. Let me show you something.
Definitely.
So yeah, in the bottom of funnel, we also target all the people who added to cart and checked out in the last 180 days, excluding the purchases in the last 30 days. Why? We just mentioned a moment ago, it's a subscription model. They subscribe every single month. Why would I target someone who just bought the product 12 days ago? They're not gonna buy again. It's a monthly product. So I exclude the people who bought in the last 30 days, and I remind them with an offer that they should buy again after their 30-day subscription ends by excluding the last 30 days.
Wow, this is very powerful. I've actually never seen that, to be honest. So
Yeah, it
yeah,
is. And one more thing, once you're laser targeting people in middle of funnel or bottom of funnel, you definitely do not turn on advantage custom audience. You definitely don't do that because it would ruin your audience. Ads would reach people outside of this laser targeted audience, and it would cost you way more for no reason at all.
awesome.
So
This
basically,
is the
let me show you something here. For these three campaigns or this whole strategy for this client, we spent a total of 12,337 euros as ad spend, and we generated 31,000 euros in revenue. That's a 2.56 average return on ad spend. Now, just
perfect.
remember something. This is a subscription model. So from those 1,000 purchased, from these 1,015 people who purchased or at least orders, we got at least 6 times more revenue with the same amount spent, just because it's a subscription model and they have bought multiple times after buying the first time on these ads.
Wow.
So yeah, it's insane. So you can just calculate
So,
this. You paid twelve
yeah,
thousand
so
dollars in amount spent, and you made at least
yeah,
$100,000, 100,000 euros. Just imagine.
that that's like 7x or 8x or
Yeah,
like
definitely.
7.5x or something.
It's basically 3.5x this.
Wow. Okay. So this is actually amazing because I know a lot of e-commerce clients who literally aren't even profitable at the first start and are not even retaining the customers. So when the Vault actually connects everything together, like last time we connected how to increase customer retention rate from 20% to 50 or 60%, Literally, you can have a subscription-based product, still not break even, and still make a lot of money with the right pieces inserted. So this client was even profitable at the front end. Some clients would dream of that. Like this guy was on a 2.5x, maybe a 3x ROAS probably of the ad tracking softwares that that Facebook doesn't track all the data, but usually it's above than that. This guy was profitable at the front end and made a lot of money in the back end. So this strategy is insane, literally insane to bring in clients in the front end, especially for a subscription-based product and for customers who have a high LTV. So yeah,
And
this is
Adam,
this is really.
it is. I didn't mention one thing that is very important. This is just ads. So you're just getting clients in. You're like, we haven't discussed the strategy of calling and the upselling strategies and the cross-selling strategies and the email marketing. You can you can squeeze the hell out of this strategy or this funnel and make, rather than making 3.5x on the back end because it's a subscription model, you can make 9x or 15x using upsell strategies, using cross sells, or any other type of strategy as well.
And by the way, here is a kicker. This client was just targeting a population of 4 million. You guys have a population of 150 plus million guys doing this e-commerce in USA, Australia, Europe. This guy was pulling those numbers, right? And just a population of 4 million in a country that's facing an economical financial crisis. Top three in the world list of cancer, top 10 in the worst currency ever. This guy was making money. So if you guys think that this is a basic strategy, you might want to fucking think again and watch this video. Rewatch this video. So yeah.
I'm gonna add to what you're saying. People think that, oh, it's a poor country. Do you know that advertising and marketing in a country that has an economic crisis that's going, there's a war going on right now. So in a country that has all of that going on, marketing and advertising becomes insanely efficient. If you're not efficient, you won't win. So imagine applying the same insanely efficient strategy in a market that is prospering, in a market that is growing, in a marketing that has no war, no economic crisis, and at least 300 million in population across the US or Europe or Australia. Just imagine the possibilities, Adam. Like literally.
I really don't know what to say. Like a lot of clients watching this are lazy, right? They've gotten lazy. They've gotten probably a 10x ROI, and they still haven't. They're still at 20% maximum effectiveness. So watching the vault and adding this section to the vault, which is the where you actually get clients at the front end, this is the shit right here. This is the 1% of things that actually matter, the boring work. So yeah, I'm so amazed actually sharing this. Like once people know the actual struggle of advertising in a country that's everything working against you, the Wi-Fi, the money, the customers, the shipping problems, the war, the fucking government issues, and to run a basic company here. And this guy's making a lot of money. And I'm sure there's a lot of e-commerce clients here. So take that strategy that it's fully maximized, just apply it to you on your scale. We're gonna probably pull more than 7 figures, 8 figures in less than a year.
At least. So yeah, this is basically the strategy we use for e-commerce clients. It might differ a bit depending if it's a subscription model, if it's a different business model, but this is mainly the blueprint, if I call it a blueprint.
Wow. So that's the whole blueprint. That's amazing. Is there certain examples that you want to show, or you want to cover that later on? For example, what will you do on the top of funnel, but a bottom funnel, the funnel? Because a lot of clients can be like, okay, so we know the strategy, but most of the work is on the creatives. Do you have an example of that, or not really?
I would want to show that later on, but I would give a brief on it. So basically, top of funnel is prospecting phase. It's called audience. We just said there are rules for that. The creative has to be a bridge between the general population and your niche. If you're, let's say again, you're a Horizon Coffee, right? It's called Horizon Coffee. You would want to bridge the gap between the general population that doesn't drink coffee or drinks a second type of coffee or a different brand, and connect them to your brand through those creatives. Those creatives have to be engaging, have to have a great hook, and have to engage the people who are the cold audience. Once they go into the funnel, again, that creative has to sell. It has to have the factors or the building blocks of a content script that sells. Once they go into your funnel, What you do in the middle of funnel is you sell them, or you sell the people who actually went to the website and didn't buy. They didn't buy for lack of knowledge reasons or lack of trust. What you do is you make them trust you by showing them scientific proof, articles, professionals talking about your product, or by showing them reviews, testimonials, UGC experiences, or by showing them the exact features and how they work. So that's how you do it. This is how you do middle of funnel. Now, regarding the bottom of funnel creatives, again, so they wanted to the top of funnel, they didn't buy. All right, you show them more trust, more proof, more evidence. They still didn't buy. In that case, it won't be the product, or it won't be the actual creatives that aren't making them buy. It's either the product, they don't actually want the product, or it's the price. So it's either a product issue or a price issue. If it's a product issue, then they're not going to buy either way. If it's a price issue, you give them that discount and you make them buy. That's it. That's mainly it in simple terms.
Guys, we have two things. By the way, I saw something. Lookalike audiences, again, in a country where literally has a 4 million population, applying this strategy to like country like US can work wonders. Number two, guys, watch the ecom offers after this video. You'll understand how to make $1 million ecom offers, bundle based, buy one get one free. Even adding a discount to a certain product or bundling it with a crossover for a complementary product. This can really work within the bottom funnel, middle funnel. So we'll cover that. Don't worry about it. We're going section by section and how to do that. So yeah, go ahead.
I have one more thing I need to show them. Just mentioned lookalike in a country that has a 4 million population. We were forced to use a 10% lookalike audience. We had to use the extreme case of a lookalike audience for us to actually get a 400,000 target population. Now imagine if you're using a 4% or a 1% lookalike audience in the USA or in Europe or in Australia, where the population there is 300 or 330 million. In the US, for example, 1% might be like millions of people, or at least millions of people. That's the minimum. So if you can target millions of people who are exactly like your people, like your customers who purchased, or the customers or the prospects who actually visited the website, then you literally have a gold mine. You literally have a gold mine.
That's amazing. Like, wow. I'm sure this is fucking a strategy that can work really well with a client of a big market. So yeah, really amazed by this, by the way.
So yeah, my friend, this is it. This is the strategy. Feel free to walk them through other things.
Now, if you like this video, I've got something even better. We've created a complete step-by-step course blueprint called the Vault, and it's totally for free. Inside the Vault, we will cover every strategy you need to scale your e-commerce store past 100K per month in MRR. You will learn how to optimize your conversion rates, advanced ad scaling strategies, winning creatives, and how to write them that convert at a 14% CTR, how to scale to 100 creatives a month, and even crafting $1 million irresistible offers for your e-commerce customers. All you have to do is click the link below to join our WhatsApp community to get access to the Vault. And again, it's completely 100% for free. It's packed with all the insights you need to scale your e-commerce store past 100K per month. So do not wait, click the link below, join the WhatsApp community, and access the Vault. If you like this video, leave a comment, subscribe, and let me know your thoughts. And I'll see you in the next one.